Let me know when you're ready. You, babe.
I do. Okay. All right.
You put up another page? Why I gotta put up another page? I should be fine. Okay. Hi, T. How are you?
Hey, girl.
So it's been a lot going on. How is your mental?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay. I
I'm
just want to do a little
fine.
mental check before we begin. Because
I mean,
they got a series on you, girl. It's about to be a 50-part series in a second.
if I knew that this would be how to get it across, because I've been telling this story for years, but nobody ever was interested. So I'm glad to know that they interested now. So, let me clear up the Manny thing. When I went to Manny Live, I thought he was discontinued. So I didn't go to his live. I just went to you. So I do apologize if I didn't do it with Manny. If anybody was hoping that I did it with Manny, I just saw he got discontinued. So I figured he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So it wasn't nothing spiteful. It wasn't nothing backhanded, y'all.
Yeah.
It wasn't stepping on nobody's toes or nothing like that. I did not ask to do the interview because I respectfully didn't even know anything that was really going on. I got information today. Right? So I really didn't know. And she asked me and I said, okay, that was literally it. Because I was just giving her a page. For the people in
Yeah,
the
it was really last minute. It was literally last
yeah,
minute.
I was just giving her a page. That's it. And then she asked me, and I was like, okay, that's it. Okay, y'all. I don't know Nathaniel. Okay, so before we even get into how you met him, whatever the case may be, please introduce yourself, who you are, your platform, where they can find you if you have any business, so on and so forth.
I am Tyme. I have YouTube. My social medias. I'm an author, teacher. Not right now. I'm on TikTok. So teacher, author, grandmama, mama. You know, all those things. Now let's go.
Where can we find your books, T?
Amazon. If you can find all my books on Amazon under Ty Space Nisha.
Okay. So first and foremost, how did you meet Unruly?
Facebook. We so I was on a I hate men spree. It was like 2018. I just had a really bad house fire. I just got put back into my place, my new place, and I used to think like so. It was this funny post that was on Facebook that we both were under, and we were in the comments laughing at the other comments. So I go to click his profile, and I'm like, "Who is this?" He kind of cute. He had the little beard, and like the rock, like that, rude boy look. So I clicked to go request him as a friend, but he had already requested me. And he goes, I think I still got the messages. He messages me back and he goes, you finally accepted my request. I've been waiting for you for years to accept my request. I was like, I didn't even notice who he was. So the girl post that we was on, we used to go to high school together. So I asked her, I'm like, what you know about him? She like, girl, she called him Tony. She like, you mean Jamaican Tony? I'm like, yeah, who is he? She was like, oh, girl, she had gave me the rundown on him, the marriage and all that stuff. And then told me, like, he good. I used to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? He's cute to me. But she was like, he was just like a time, like we live in a small town. She wasn't my friend or nothing like that. But she was like saying, he's a good dude, I'm like, she like, go for it. I think I'm like, okay, cool. So that's how we met.
Okay. So what you meant when you said you was on a hate man spree? What's that? What's that
I
about?
just got out of a really bad, like I said, my house had caught fire and the guy that I was dealing with had left me for another girl. So by that time, I just felt like, yeah, he definitely for the streets, y'all. He a hoe. Um, at that time, I just felt like all men they shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, so you weren't looking for anything serious when you met him.
no, it wasn't that I wasn't looking for anything serious. By that time, like I was like I wanted to date, but I remember I had put up a post like, if you ain't got this, and this, I ain't trying to hear you. And me and was like, it was like my mind was toxic, but I didn't realize it was toxic. So
Okay.
I still wanted to date, but I felt like I was healed because I had been single for so long.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was ready, but I kind of still had that
Mindset.
mentality, but I didn't realize I had it
Mhm.
until, getting into the situation.
Okay. So, how long were you and Unruly dating for?
First, it was a year, and then we had a lot of trauma that went on in that year. So Evelyn is not the first situation. I got a, I'm on Facebook. I had posted our picture. So remember the ex-wife was saying something about I said he was taking me to Africa.
Hmm.
That was not, that was a joke. We had went to go see the Wakanda movie, and
Okay.
I said he's taking me to Wakanda.
Okay.
So I posted that post on my Snapchat and on my Facebook, and all of his people like commenting on it or whatever. So the next day, I get this. I put up this post like this man sleep like he pregnant, and somebody comment like that's because I'm having his baby. And so I put up this post like this man sleep like he pregnant, and somebody comment like that's because I'm having his baby. And so I'm like, that makes sense, girl. I'm thinking it's just somebody just trolling. And she was like, but y'all cute though. And I'm like, oh. So I'm on my way to his house at the time. So I pull up and I'm like, dude, you got a baby on the way? And he like, remember I had something to tell you? I'm like, no, I don't remember you had something to tell me. What the fuck is going on? So he had broken down to me, like that she was somebody that he was dealing with prior to him meeting me. Um, he didn't know if he was the father. He showed me the messages. She had four other people that potentially could have been the father of the baby. So he didn't know for sure if it was his baby or not. But I told him, I was like, you still should have told me. Like, nobody should have came to me and told me nothing like that. He said, I was going to tell you, but I didn't know how, or whatever. So that's that. So that was kind of like one of the things that was like, it was just a lot of trauma. And again, I wasn't healed. I didn't even know how to be by myself. Like, I've been in relationships, Rozay, from 17 all the way until 38, 39. I've never been single, so I never knew how to really be single. So I didn't really know how to, I was really broken and desperate at that time just to have somebody in my life. So, it is what it is. I believed him, whatever. So,
So, with the dating aspect, you were dating him for a year. You went through some other woman issues. What made
so I had gave him like, I'm like, you got to the end of the year to figure shit out. And if you don't get your shit together, I'm gonna leave you. And he was like, don't give me no information. Don't give me no ultimatum, you know? And I'm like, I'm serious. And I don't think he thought I was serious. And I left him and I moved on. Again, remember, I ain't never been single, so I had already met somebody in the process of me exiting, but I'm mentally leaving before I physically leave. So I met somebody in the process of that. I left him and I started dating the other person.
so left him because dating and relationship are
We ended
two.
up being in a relationship during that time,
Okay.
but I feel like he was trying, but once he saw that I was actually for real. That's when he was like, I really want to be in a relationship. Let's do this. And we did have a sit down conversation that we were going to do it. But I still felt like I wasn't too sure of the motive. Like, are you just doing this because you think I'm going to leave you? Or are you doing this because, so we started, you know, solidifying like relationship wise. But by that time, I did agree, but I still wasn't there. So I eventually still left.
Okay, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. The first year of y'all dating, that was the same year that y'all got into a relationship.
Yes.
And then when that year was complete, you had broke up with him and started dating someone else because he
It
had a lot.
was It was like May of the next year. Actually, it was like April, May of the next year, in which I really left and completely went to the other person.
Okay. Is the other person a part of this story? Like, do they play a part? Do they ever, does Unruly ever get introduced to the other person? Is he still in
Oh,
your life?
oh, he was. That so yeah, monkey bar swinging. Here's the logic that I used to have that a lot of us have as women. You know what I'm saying? You got to get over one man, you got to get under another, right? That was a really toxic logic. So I'm thinking that the grass is greener because this guy, everything that, because back then I really didn't really, he was like rude, like he had like a good side to him, but he was like real blunt, really didn't know how to really like buy gifts and like he didn't know about how to do all of that stuff at the time. I don't know if it was a cultural thing or what, but everything that I would require of him, the other guy started doing. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, it's like I feel like you know, the grass was greener. But when I got over there, he was very abusive. And I already knew, and it made him really sad because he asked me, he said, and we actually told this whole story on X Files. He was my first X Files, and we actually both sat and told this whole story because this was a traumatic time for him. Because he would see the bruises, we still kept in contact as friends, but we weren't sleeping together. We just were friends. So he would ask me like, was I that much of a monster that you would go somewhere like that? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, no, it's not that, because he knew I was in a really, so it's kind of like you got to see it through, my boy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I chose this person, so I have to stay here. You know what I'm saying? I already said, I chose this person, I have to stay here. And that's what it was. So he stayed through that. And that's where he started being really compassionate, empathetic, really, really like caring. I saw another side that I hadn't really seen before. So he was really, and it was a year. He stood the whole year waiting like for me to come back. But I didn't go back. I wouldn't go back. So when I did leave that guy, he was like, I want to be with you. And I'm like, no, like, cause I was encouraging him to date. I was encouraging him to date other women. And he was really hurt. Like he was really, really hurt. He wouldn't date nobody. He wouldn't talk to nobody. He wouldn't do nothing. So I'm like, you do need to date other women. So by this time when me and the guy ends, he's around. This is like around COVID, like right in the beginning of COVID, right? So about March, April, somewhere around there, 2020. But he like pushing it and pushing it and pushing it like I'm trying to heal and he like, I can help you heal. I can be with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So I'm like, you can't, I have to do it by myself. But he like insisted, like, or whatever. So later I found out about Evelyn. And I found out about Evelyn through, I don't remember if it was through his Facebook, if somebody tagged him a picture or something. And I think it was something on a post and I liked the comment. Cause like when a nigga know you see it, I see it. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, who this woman? So that's how it started.
Okay. Ooh, I'm listening, but I was trying to turn it. They said they couldn't see. I'm like trying to make sure they can see in the background, which is I don't even know. Can y'all are the comments? Can y'all see better in the comments? Does it look different, T?
No,
Is that better?
it's still no.
Y'all let me know if it's better. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. I'm finna.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So because I was wondering, I was trying to figure out what it is that you saw in Unruly that would have you to still be interacting with him, that'll still have you, even after the fact. But
Girl, it was
even,
so much.
even
Like
when
when I met him, Rozay, like I honestly thought like he was I have a poem. And I actually thought he was the reason why everything else went wrong. When I first met him. You ever met the guy and be like, this is why everything else didn't work?
mm-hmm.
In the beginning, that's how I felt. Like, damn, this is like, cause I used to try to pick shit apart. Like when we first got together, like we hadn't met at first. We just was talking on the phone. So our first date, we was gonna meet at this restaurant. So like, he called when I was the first time I really heard like it was just like so many other things. Like we had so much in common. We were both divorced. We both, you know what I'm saying? It was just so many things that we had in common. We thought alike when it came to certain things. So and it seemed like we were inseparable at first. You know what I'm saying? Until I found out about the baby. Right. And he could probably come and tell y'all that, like when the girl was saying that I bothered both of the baby mamas, I never bothered the daughter's mom. She would more so harass me. Like she would put our pictures up and say we had an STD. She told everybody he died. She sent all of the women his dick pictures. Like she was doing a lot of shit. So when all of that shit started occurring, it's like we started having issues. And I think I even got the screenshots of that shit. So I never bothered. Like when the baby mama reached out to me and told me that she was pregnant, I sent her my phone number. Like, you don't have to do all of this shit. Like we could talk. She took my number and put it on Craigslist. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So time.
this is the first
First
key.
year.
Yes.
So this happened first year. And
Yes.
how old were you when you had met him?
I was 33, 34. I got divorced like when I was 29. So I probably was like somewhere mid 32, 33, somewhere around there. It was 28. It was in my 30s.
And so the first year of you meeting him, y'all were dating, got into a relationship. The baby mama that
The
happened.
first one, not Evelyn.
Okay, so he had a baby mama. So okay, when you were in a relationship with him, when y'all were official, did he have that baby on you when y'all were in a relationship?
No, no. The baby was before me.
Okay,
So there's another girl, not Erica, not his ex-wife.
okay,
This when I started dating him, I posted a picture up on Facebook. A girl commented on my post. I said, "This man sleep like he's pregnant." The girl said, "That's because I'm having his baby." Remember? I said, "Oh." You know what I'm saying? I say, "Oh, that makes sense." And she was like, "But y'all cute though." And that's when I went in the house and I'm like, "You got a baby on the way?" And he was like, "Remember I had something to tell you?" I'm like, "No, I don't remember you had something to tell me." So this girl was pregnant before I met her, but they weren't dealing with each other anymore.
okay.
So
So
the pregnancy happened before I met him.
okay,
She was, I think, 4 months pregnant by the time we started dating.
how many baby mamas does he have?
3.
Three.
When I first met him, he only had 1.
Okay, and how do you know how long ago it had been since he was in a relationship with the ex-wife?
He was divorced for about 4 or 5 years when I met him.
Okay, did you know about their relationship?
Yeah, they were really close. They were really good friends.
Were you
His
ever
son was probably about, when I met him, I think his son was like 10 or so.
10? Okay. Were you ever did you ever have any feelings about their relationship?
No, I didn't. They were really close. So he's Nigerian, right? So he came out here, and the way he explained it to me, like her, like when they got together, you know what I'm saying? Like she was like the person that he knew when he was here, when he got here. So after the marriage and everything, it was like that was like his friend. Like they had a lot of issues that I wasn't around for. After the divorce, they had a lot of drama, but they became friends. You get what I'm saying? So after they divorced, I wasn't around when they were beefing. You know what I'm saying? So after that, they became friends.
When you and him were in a relationship, was there any communication with the ex-wife?
No, me and her never had no communication. Not when I was with him. Not until I found out Evelyn was pregnant.
Okay, so it was
Yeah.
peaceful for the most part when y'all were together.
Yeah, me and her never had no issues
Okay.
until I messaged her that one time about Evelyn. So,
Okay, when did Evelyn enter the equation?
sometime after I left him, like probably around 2020,
Okay, and I don't think you gave us a year of when you broke up with him. Like,
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
So 2020, when did you and him start talking again? Do you know?
2020.
And did he ever express to you that he was dealing with other women at the time?
He told me he was starting to date, So when I was getting out of a relationship, remember I was getting out of a relationship, so he still wanted to be there for me through the healing process of that. But he also wanted to date me too. And at first I was really like, no, I don't want to, because I'm trying to heal from this relationship. It was a lot of fucked up shit in that. But he was like, I can help you through it. I can walk you through it. I can help you. And we kind of started, trying then. And that's when I found out he was still, he started dealing with her. And I found out because I think she was, you know how you dating a nigga. And back then I was like private expect a gadget. I'm investigating shit or whatever because I didn't trust. I didn't have no, I had trust issues. So it was a comment that she put on his page. And the way they were interacting, I felt like it was something more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let me make sure. Y'all broke up. You got into another relationship with someone else. That
Hmm.
relationship so happened to be toxic. You got out of that relationship. Unruly entered back into your life.
He never left.
Okay, so Unruly was a friend after y'all broke up.
Yeah.
And after you broke up with the other guy, Unruly was there to console you.
Yes.
While he was consoling you, he asked if y'all could still date. But you
Yes.
were skeptical about dating him because
Yes.
you were seeing his interactions with other women on social media.
No, I was skeptical about dating him because I wasn't healed.
Okay, you were skeptical about dating him because
Right.
you weren't healed, but you gave him a chance.
Right.
And while giving him a chance, you started to see his interactions on social media with other women.
With yes, and their interaction was really unique.
Okay. You
You know what I'm
also
saying?
you also stated that y'all were trying to have a child.
We weren't trying. I had my tubes tied. I got pregnant. I had a tubal pregnancy,
Okay. Can you explain
and
what
he
a
knows
tubal
that.
pregnancy is?
A tubal pregnancy is when a baby is in your tubes, and they have to do a procedure to get the baby out.
Okay.
Right. So I had a tubal pregnancy, and he knows about this, but this was before her.
So how long had your tubes been tied?
My daughter at the time was probably like 12.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
about
And
12
so you've had your tubes tied for about how long?
since she was born.
Okay. And you had the tubal pregnancy or ectopic.
The topic.
You had an ectopic pregnancy.
I actually have the a video on my page of me at the doctor and all of that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
When did you get pregnant? What year?
It was like 2019.
Okay. And he knew about it. Did he ever go to a um
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I lied about the no, no, no. I didn't get pregnant in 2019. It was when I was still with him, 2018. I'm sorry, 2018.
Okay, so you only got pregnant one time.
Yes, the other one I told her I was trolling her. The
Okay.
first one was real. The second one I was trolling her.
Okay. So you
Yes,
got pregnant by him 2018,
yes,
the year that y'all were in a relationship.
yes. And he knows it. Like he was there, like through like everything that was happening. Now he was skeptical and he got all the receipts and everything like that, but he did not go with me to the doctor to get the DNC or whatever. So when all of that stuff happened, we were still together. So when they got together, I was not pregnant by him. I lied to her.
Okay, so why did you
Yeah.
why did you lie? See,
I
what
don't know. I was
happened?
toxic. I was toxic as fuck. I used to do all kind of crazy shit.
Were they in a relationship when you told her that you was pregnant?
Now they weren't in a relationship, but she was. I was toxic. I was just
Was y'all
toxic.
arguing? Like, was it on Facebook? Like, what exactly
Oh,
was
you mean what occurred
what
when
was
I ended up saying
happening?
it?
What
So when
was
we talked on the phone, I said it to her when we was on the phone. And she said something. I said, well, I was pregnant too. You know, on some bullshit. And she was like, you were? I'm like, yeah. But this after she had the baby. This wasn't why she was pregnant. This is when we had the phone conversation. So this is not why she was pregnant.
And this is with Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Evelyn has a child by him.
Yes.
How long? Okay. When you guys were dating, did he start dating Evelyn around the same time that he was dating you?
Yes.
Did you know about her?
I found out about her.
How'd you find out?
The pictures. When he posted, when she was under his comments.
On Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talked to him about it, how did that go?
I didn't address him about it initially until, so now I see her page. So I click on her page and I see a picture of her on his porch.
Okay.
And that's when I addressed him.
Why didn't you leave?
I didn't know how. I ain't got no answer for that. I didn't know how.
Okay. We're gonna get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you learned about her, when did you contact his ex-wife? What was the reason?
I contacted her when I found out that they were actually fucking around. Right?
The ex-wife.
Yes. And it was IG. It was not TikTok or anything. It was Instagram. So he was on Instagram. He has an Instagram page. I saw them commenting with each other on IG, Instagram. I clicked on her name, went to her page, and saw the picture of her. Yeah, I'm okay, Tish, on his porch. I asked him about it. He downplayed it. I think I have to call him. I might have asked him before, and he downplayed it, and then I saw the picture on his porch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the picture on his porch, I reached out to her. Like, he telling me he ain't dating you, I'm T. So the message that AJ read, that was the first time. That's before I knew she was pregnant.
So you had said earlier, you probably made a mistake and said Facebook. So you said Facebook, and that's why I repeated Facebook.
Oh no, it was Instagram. I'm sorry. So we met on Facebook. He had pictures on IG. She was in the comments of the IG, right? So she was in the comments. I mean, people misspeak all the time. Facebook, IG is both social media. You know what I'm saying? It was IG. She commented on the pictures. I saw it. I clicked on her name, went to her page, and that's when I messaged her when I saw her picture on his porch.
Okay. So around the situation with Evelyn and the ex-wife,
Right. The Facebook was from the first baby mama.
Right.
Right.
And then Evelyn was
right from Instagram. Okay, I know I'm not crazy.
So when what made you contact the ex-wife?
Oh, so him and Erica were really close, and it was that was a humbling moment. Him and Erica was very close, so I felt like he was lying so much, and I'm thinking like, can somebody just talk to him and let him know what he doing is wrong? Like, he don't see the error in his ways. Like, can somebody fucking talk some sense into this man? You know what I'm saying? So I messaged her on some, did you know? You know, like, he had a baby, you know, because I know she didn't know. I know none of us knew. And I'm like, I'm sliding down. I'm so fucking hurt. And I'm like, can you please just talk to him and tell him? And she went the fuck off on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she went the fuck off. And it was a humbling experience because it's like, she was right. The shit that she said was right. Like, why is you messaging me about, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted her to, in my mind at the time, I'm fucked up in the head. I'm thinking, well, can she just talk to him? You know what I'm saying? Because they were good friends. They wasn't just his ex-wife. They were good friends. They would hang out together. They would go places together. So I'm thinking there's a woman in his life that maybe can give him a conversation about the shit that he doing, because the shit that he doing is fucked up. And maybe if somebody else will explain it to him, then it makes sense. And it made sense to me at the time, but, you know.
Okay, so she cussed you out because
she cussed me the fuck out.
because you're dating him, trying to confide in her about her ex-husband because he's currently dating Evelyn and got her pregnant.
Hmm.
When she got pregnant, were y'all still dealing with each other?
Yes, I didn't know she was pregnant until she was 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I heard that you had contacted her. When did
Yes.
you contact her?
So when I saw the picture after the baby shower with her belly, I messaged her because we were just together before that baby shower. We had went out to eat, and I had noticed the consistency, because he still was dating both of us, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, and I remember thinking to myself, I think he like her because he's very consistent with her, right? So that weekend, I made the decision. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna stop fucking with him. So I had just got a new phone from the phone store. So when you log in for your new phone, all your accounts log in. So my account logged into IG, and the picture literally like boom, and he was kissing. Yeah, I want to blow his shit up. He was kissing her belly, and I called him. I said, "Is you gonna tell her? I'm gonna tell her." You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like y'all were in a relationship around that little?
No, but it was just the lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I had already told him, like, the first time with the pregnancy thing, like, don't let nobody come to me with no shit that you could tell me. And I had just asked him. I literally had just asked him. I was leaving the house. He got up and went to work because he worked from home. I came out the living room, and some told me just to ask him, right? Like, you want any more kids? And he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, now you don't know? I said, you ain't got no baby, you ain't nobody pregnant or nothing like that. It's like, like you feel something. And
Mhm.
he was like, if that comes, I'll tell you. I'm like, will you really tell me? He's like, if that comes, I'll tell you. So he had the opportunity right then to let me know, like, you got a baby on the way or you got something going on, because regardless of anything, we still sleeping together unprotected.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So let me know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's up. So he said he didn't tell me. So like literally like a week or two after that, I see the picture.
And so you contact. So how did you see the picture? Like,
Did you not just hear what I said?
no, like I heard you, but I'm trying to figure out like were you on her page? Were you looking?
Hell yeah. So I had another account that I would be, look, I was like, we were both lurking on each other's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make that very clear. That was even. I was looking because he ain't gonna tell you the truth. So I had another account, and as soon as I logged into that account, the picture popped up on my For You page. It's like it slapped me in my fucking face.
Okay, because she said she feels like you were stalking her, and you feel like she was stalking you.
Initially, I was lurking. Like initially, I'm lurking because a nigga ain't gonna tell you shit, but we would tell it all on our page, right? So initially, I'm gonna look and see because if anything going on, and because I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. So of course, at the woman I am today, of course, if you don't trust a motherfucker, don't deal with a motherfucker. But I don't know too many women that if motherfucker we looking, I'm searching, I want to see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I can't sit up here and cap like I ain't looked on a bitch page. We gonna investigate, ladies. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like we're not gonna investigate because I would absolutely investigate. I would. I would. No shade. I would look.
And let me say this, we're dealing with two different people right now. We're dealing with the woman that I was back before I started my healing journey, before I started understanding the shit that I was doing was toxic. So I've been in a relationship from age 17 all the way to age 38. I've never been single. I'm always with somebody, right? Even as a side chick, toxic shit, right? Thinking I don't want to, and I tell women this all the time. I was at the point you rather be with anybody than nobody. Because a lot of people don't know what it's like to be alone. I did not want to be alone. So I dealt with a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
to not be alone. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
big of you to acknowledge
So
that. That's
it
big
was
of you to
during
acknowledge
my
that.
darkest fucking moments was during that time. You know, all of this shit is in my books. I write about this shit. This is why I have my platform. If I gotta be the sacrificial lamb for women that have been impulsive, tried to blow shit up, that as like if you follow me, this story is not new. None of the shit I'm saying is new. Not one thing. However, people that didn't care about my story before, of course you gonna scroll in, you don't hear me talking about no TikTok shit, you scroll out. Blogs ain't catching this shit, right? These are real. Is that you? Maybe that's your goal. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, what is that? It's a goal.
What is happening? That's not me, y'all. It's not me. I'm not
The
doing
book
nothing.
titles. So I have Chasing the High, Detach and Bounce Back, and Girl Get Up. Those are all the three book titles. They have all of this stuff in it.
Okay. They talking about it sound like a slot machine. So I guess that's a new thing. It's a flash goal to make noise. Okay, my bad, y'all. I didn't know. All right.
So this is how women start. Like me telling this shit is how women start. Because they asked me what's the book titles. Me telling this shit is how women start writing me letters. You get what I'm saying? Like me telling these stories of all the toxic shit I did, and when I tell women like I've been there, done that, and they going and just because you healed don't mean you can't be stupid again. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you can't get hurt again. Healing doesn't mean you are you can't you're exempt. You're still human. You know what I'm saying? You're not exempt from anything.
Okay.
So I was back then. I was lurking like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So in that, I saw she was pregnant.
Okay. So I mean, no matter how y'all put it, y'all can put it however y'all want, stalking, lurking, whatever. She was looking. They were looking at each other.
I fucking was.
So I heard Unruly say earlier today that y'all were going back and forth. He referenced y'all back and forth by saying that you opened the door
Yep.
and
He always tells me that.
she kind of just like she
Bust
came
through.
like yeah. So
Right. So you hear what you just said, right? She didn't allude to any of that, right? She made everything sound one sided. Like she didn't interact in any of it. You notice that? She alluded as if it was all just me. But as he said, I opened the door. She kicked that bitch in, which is fine. But you gotta own that shit. She's not owning the part that she played.
so what does he mean when he says like you basically you started it and she said, oh, okay, I'm finna take this bitch all the way there.
She started fucking with me. So, and I sent you some screenshots. Go
And
pull up the screenshots.
I want them to see the screenshots because I don't know which ones I just you sent them to me so that I have them, but I don't know which ones you want me to. So I'd rather you put them up.
So I just actually found this screenshot when I was going through our old screenshots. So let me say this real quick. As I was going through me and her old screenshots and sending them to Rozay, I actually sent one back to her and I unsent them. So if she say I recently messaged her just now that message from last night, that didn't come from me. I want to see the receipt to that and I want to see the phone number because I did not message her last night. No, that was not me. But me and you was on the phone when it happened. I called you. Hey, just so you know, I'm screenshot this shit. And you know how you screenshot something and you finna send to somebody else? I actually sent it back to her. I hurried up and unsent it, but just so you know. So I found the screenshot as I'm going through the screenshots to send you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So go to the two screenshots that I sent you. So the difference with me and her were I were more direct. She was more throw your rock and hide your hand. So what she would do, she would watch my post and she would make a post based off it. So you remember when Rudy said she would get everything that she felt like I would talk about on my TikTok? That mean I was talking about me and him. I don't know if y'all caught that. So she watches me still, right?
Is it the Facebook post?
Yes, put up the Facebook post first, but please don't show my name.
Okay. 1 second. I gotta crop it.
Did he say I still do the same, or did he say that I started it?
He said you started it.
Okay.
And so I wanted to know what made him, why does he feel like you started it with her? And
Right,
then
I
why?
did. I did. I started it when I sent her the message. I agree. I agree with that.
And so what was do you have the picture of the message that you, or screenshot of the message that you sent her initially?
Which one did I send her?
Yeah, first to, I guess, start the riffraff.
I don't have those. AJ had read them.
Okay. Let me play that. I was trying to crop it. Ooh.
That's okay. You don't gotta crop it. You don't gotta crop it.
There it is.
So
This
what does
one?
it say? Yep. That's my post, right? And let me
Yeah.
read it. It says, "Dear Santa, this Christmas I ask that you provide me with a nice sized bottom without having to gain weight or spend money. Sincerely, I really want a big butt." Right?
Okay. And then this is what she posted after. 1 second. Go into it. This was her response.
What does it say, Rozay?
It says her, I want a big butt, me, Ranka Takalita. I don't know what that means. And so help us understand what that means. What
She
happened?
was stalking me. So she would watch, she would see what I would post on social media, and then she would take what I post on social media and she would reply.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So antagonizing you.
Yeah, she would do shit like that.
Okay. And so there are, I guess you would have to be in it to understand how it was antagonistic, because I'm sure that there may be
She
other
called
signals.
her. I literally posted the post the day before, right?
Mhm.
Now you take what I posted and use it as a caption. Her. I want, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
We know how subliminals go. We can play this game if we want to. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I sound
I know,
stupid,
I get it. It's just
okay.
I know what it's like for somebody to be throwing subs at me. I know what subs look like. But
Hmm.
I also understand that people could then say, well, how do you know that's about you? How do you know
I
that
mean,
she's
you can't
wasn't
prove
just
it, right?
talking to you?
You can't prove it, right?
Right.
But that was just an example of I got way more stuff, and I got the troll pages she trolled me from too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I told you. Like at this time, we watching each other. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really was like, well, y'all both are weird. Because why are you watching her and why is she watching you? Y'all both are weird. And I'm like, fuck you. He was right. You know what I'm saying? We was watching each other during that time.
Okay. So after he spoke about y'all going back and forth, y'all were both poking at each other. Um, there was a conversation about a fight. What happened?
When?
That she said that you hit her in the face with a phone.
I didn't hit her with a phone. That's not true. I did hit her, but I did not hit her with a phone.
Okay, so what happened? Why did y'all?
So I was at his house and she got there. When I woke up, I heard a big boom on the window, right? So when I hear the boom, I look outside and I see them fighting, right? Now, as I'm seeing them fighting, I start recording because she stabbed him. Well, she cut him prior. She cut him a couple years ago. So I know she could get violent, right? So I start recording just in case he needed that, like if she did something to him or whatever. I started recording, right? So when I see her swing at him, I went out there, right? At this time, he's trying to stop her from hitting him, right? So he's grabbing her, but she's still hitting him, right? So I already had smoke for her anyway because of this shit. right? So I wanted to find, I wanted to, you know, kind of like it's on site type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So her phone was on the floor. I picked it up and I threw it on the floor. And she was like, "You're going to pay for that." I said, "No, bitch, you going to pay for it." And that's when I punched her in the face. Now, she couldn't really fight. She couldn't fight me back. So at that moment, you know, when you enrage, you do it. And then at that moment, I'm like, let me, because I could have kept fighting her. I could have easily kept trying to fight her or whatever. But I had to think about it like this ain't. And again, I would like anybody from my platform that's telling me I ain't never tell this story to come up and tell me y'all ain't never heard it. Because when I told it in third person to not incriminate myself. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case a motherfucker like watching, put you know, papers on me. So I told it in third person, but there's a running joke on my platform where they say not today, and it's KNOT today. Every time we say something about the baby mama, they always put in the comments not today or not this time with a not. So I've told it over and over. She wasn't really able to defend herself. So that's why I did not continue to try to fight her because it would have been fucked up to continue to fight. At that time, I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, dude, you over here on some bullshit, woo woo. So he was holding her from hitting him. He did not say he was holding her down. He said she was punching him. He kept saying it. She was swinging at him. He trying to stop her from hitting him.
So as he's holding her, you hit her.
Yes. Yes. I fucking hit her. You fucking
So she
right.
was restrained, and so she couldn't fight back because he was holding her
She couldn't
already.
fight me back. So you know, you only can hold one person. But he wasn't holding her from me. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't
Okay.
like he was holding her back from fighting me. He's holding her from fighting him.
And did he tell you to fight her?
No. He didn't even know I hit her until we got in the house.
Okay. So why does she keep saying that you hit her in the face with a phone?
Maybe because it was a hard hit. I never hit her with a phone. I threw the phone on the floor.
Mm. Did they ever call the police?
I called the police.
What happened after you called the police? Like, did you have
They
people?
came they came there because she kept saying she wasn't gonna go nowhere and she was gonna fuck with my car. If you're not gonna let us fight, then get her the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, she's outside. She's like, I'm gonna fuck with her car. He's not gonna let us fight. He keeps telling me stay in the house. He's not gonna let us fight. So, what's the point of this shit?
Okay. So y'all get into the fight. He's still dealing with her, even after y'all
No,
fight.
no. After we fight, he felt really bad. He was mad at me because he didn't know I hit her.
Hmm.
Cause he was like, she keeps saying you hit her. I said I did hit her. He was like, I didn't know that because she told the baby mama that he told her to hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He told her. He did not tell her to hit me.
So did that put a damper on your relationship after he found out that you had hit his baby mama?
He no, it didn't put a damper on our relationship, but he was sad because he couldn't stop it.
And she was not, because I heard that she was pregnant. So she was not pregnant when you put your hands on her.
No, she wasn't pregnant. This just happened in 2024, August.
Okay. Was there ever a time where you ever put your hands on unruly?
No,
Okay. Because someone said that, and I don't know where they got that from.
no. When I came back from that toxic relationship, I came back with a lot of toxic patterns. I swung at him once and he grabbed me, and that's when I knew I wasn't healed. And he looked at me. I cried like I never hit him. I've never hit him. He said that in an interview. I've never fought him.
When you fought her, what year was that?
When I hit her, because it wasn't a fight.
Okay, when you hit her, what year was that?
Last year.
Because I thought I heard 2024, but I was I was trying to
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
So y'all, this is an active thing. Like y'all are actively going back and forth. It's not
Yes.
this has just happened in the past and then like it's being brought up as a
It's an
story.
ongoing thing. I leave,
You're currently in
start
it.
dating somebody else, come back, I leave. The thing about it is, everybody know about Unruly. Nobody is shocked but these people on the app. They know we toxic. I tell people we toxic. I like this ain't shit new to none of my supporters.
for those of y'all who are wondering, y'all, I don't know everything that's been going on. I said that in the beginning. So I'm learning as she's talking, y'all. I haven't heard everything. I did not hear that woman's whole story. I did not hear it. So I'm just asking her based off what I've heard from Unruly, a little bit of the clip, and then right now with T speaking. Respectfully, y'all. Respectfully. If Manny, who I guess listen to her side, wants to have a conversation with her, then fine. I'm new. I don't know what's happening.
You're fine. You're fine.
And it's extremely unbiased because I don't know. Okay? I don't know. So
Um,
so my next question is after that situation, after when did you and her have another conversation?
so you went far. You
Okay.
went really far. So
Okay.
in between time when so the fight, before the situation, right? I stopped dating. She stopped dating him from the stabbing, right? She stabbed. They were coping. Like okay, let's talk about because AJ tried to make it like that baby was sick. She made it very sick that clear that baby wasn't sick. So let's rewind that. After she had her baby, she was saying the baby was months old, and I was over there. Not true. So when I found out she was pregnant, she called me. When I reached out to her and told her what was going on, she called me a couple weeks later. Okay? So let me ask you a question, Rozay. Is anything I'm saying say I was a side chick?
No.
Anything he said equates to me being a side chick?
No.
Okay.
It sounded more like Evelyn was more of the side chick, is what it
Thank
sounded
you.
like.
Okay. So
Even though
let's
y'all
get
weren't in a relationship anymore. It just seems like he was more serious with you.
yeah, because a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, I was a side chick and I wasn't winning." I'm gonna say this real quick. I've always said I've been in three positions in my life: the main chick, the side chick, and the wife. The most peaceful situation was the side chick because other motherfuckers, it's drama. Okay, main chick, drama. Wife, compromise. Side chick, peaceful.
Yeah. I don't from what
Peaceful.
I'm hearing right now, it doesn't honestly, it what I'm hearing right now, it just sounds like two people trying to win his heart almost. That's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
It
we
sounds
both
like
like
two
there's no win in this.
yeah, it sounds
There's
like two
no
people
win in
trying
this.
to get
This is
into the
like
truth.
yes, there's no win. It was no side chick shit. It was no you know what I'm saying? It was two women that was in love with the same nigga that was aiming at each other versus fucking the person that really was the issue. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm. Okay.
So,
When she was pregnant, she said that
oh, let me go there.
yeah.
So, I did send her a message to let her know. I didn't know she was pregnant. So, yes, I didn't have no standards when I met him. So, um, I sent her a message and told her I was pregnant. I mean, not pregnant. I sent her a message and told her I didn't know she was pregnant. So, she never responded to the message. She called me like 2 weeks later, okay? And she said, are you, she said my name. We talked on the phone. And she was like, are you still dealing with him? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm like, I just left. And she was like, you just left? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, do you want to know the truth? And she said, yeah, I do. I said, okay. How about I go over there and you can know the truth because he's not telling you or me the truth, right? So if you want to get the truth, let's get the truth together. I'm going to pull up on him, okay? So I tell her I'm going to pull up on her and she say, okay. I said, but don't tell him that I'm going to pull up on him, okay? I call him. She told him. So I couldn't do it, right? So uh, she had the baby. So no, let me say, I wasn't stalking him. I just left him. It wasn't a pull up like I'm finna pull up to his. I can literally call him and be like, I'm finna come over there. You know what I mean? That's a pull up. Not I'm gonna pull up outside of his house.
So wait, all you and her were supposed to go talk to him.
I told her, like, I will, if you want to know the truth, let me go over there so you can hear it out of his own mouth, because he's not going to tell me or you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pull up on his ass and we going to get the truth so you can hear for yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
While she was pregnant.
So I said, don't tell him that I'm going to pull up on him. Like, not that I'm going to get you on the phone. Don't tell him you know. So when I hang up the phone with her to call him so I can go over there, she had already told him.
Was she with him when like
No.
she wasn't with him?
No. So it's like I'm trying to help, I'm trying to show her, like, bitch, he lying. He lying to both of us. So I'm like, okay, well, she told him already. So ain't shit I can do now. Right? So fast forward to after she had the baby and she called me and she asked me, was he there? Was I with him? I'm like, why are you calling me now? When I tried to tell you what was going on, you didn't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he ain't with me.
So what would have been the point of y'all even doing that though? If y'all was still
So,
with him?
you know, sometimes you think the last time gonna be the last time. I'm thinking if we find out the truth, we'll leave. But that ain't no. You be thinking the last time gonna be the last time. Let me find out something. Let me find out you lied to me, nigga, and I'ma leave. And then you don't leave. You know, they make an excuse, be like, okay, I'm still, I was stuck like Chuck, baby. And the baby wasn't sick. Let me say this. The baby was not sick, and she did not say the baby was sick. Okay? Um, she cleared it up actually. She thought the baby was sick because the baby was crying a lot. They had went to the doctor prior. They, mind you, she admits they were just co-parenting by this time. Right? They weren't dealing with each other. The baby was crying like a baby. He was a newborn.
Okay.
He was a newborn baby. So I think she was used to him jumping up. You know what I'm saying? And tending. But this time, because now the baby's born and everything, he wasn't because now she was like calling him with the baby crying, da da. And he was like, we don't live close to her.
Okay.
So it ain't like he could just get up and go over her house because she stay up the street. She stays like almost an hour. You know, I don't know exactly the distance of where she lives, but it's probably an hour drive. So it's not like if you live up the street from, like, me and him, we live like 10, 15 minutes away from each other. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm dealing with the baby, he can drive to me and come. It's not that type of thing where the baby crying, let me come get you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she
What
was using the baby
to,
as a way to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, to get him to answer the phone.
okay.
Because there wasn't no baby crying in the background when she called neither one of us. She said the baby was crying and wouldn't stop crying. They literally had a doctor's appointment. The doctor said the baby was fine. Nothing's wrong with the baby. It's just normal. There was no colic. There was none of that. The baby was just crying. It was a baby.
Did it bother you that they had a child together?
It it hurt me, but I learned to accept it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm still gonna deal with you, I have to accept what comes with you. You get what I'm saying?
At the time,
It hurt.
it sounded like you didn't accept it.
It hurt me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It hurt me. You know, but I learned to accept it. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga.
What is it? What is it? Okay, so after all these years and the baby mama issues, the probably other women that he's probably talked to that you don't know about. What is it?
About him?
What is it? Yeah. No, how about this? What is it about you that keeps
You
tolerating
know,
his behavior?
it's like he that one motherfucker that got a hold. You know, I don't know if anybody familiar with that one. You know, it's like he's that one. It's kind of like that spiritual bond. It's like I get away, he come back. Because I've left him multiple times and moved on. But it's like we always draw back. You know what I'm saying? It's like I move on, but it's like I always draw back. It's like that one. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like the last time, nothing happened. I just was like, I'm done.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm done.
Is it something that you see in him?
Yeah, like transparently speaking, I've always said this. And his baby mama confirmed it, his ex-wife confirmed it. Overall, he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He cook, he respectful, you know, in different ways, right? Not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's you can be let me break it down because this is why I started X Files. You could be a good person but not a good partner. You get what I'm saying? You could be a good person but not a good partner. That means I could be good in a friendship. I could be good in a work, but I ain't good in a relationship. He's a good person, but he's a horrible partner. You get what I'm saying? Like for a relationship, he's horrible. Friendship, he's amazing. You get what I'm saying? Why you think they still kick it with him? Why you think they still hang out with him?
How long did it take you to come to this conclusion?
I came to the conclusion when I finally so last year I was done with him for a whole year. It wasn't till March of it wasn't till March of last year when he asked me to try again. You get what I'm saying? So I had left, like, I'm on my platform. He used to always come in my live, come in my panel, you know, whatever. Because he always watches me, you know. So even if I'm moving on, he's always watching, which is also hard. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, but I've always said, this is something I've always said. If it time ever presented itself and I'm still single and he's still single and he get it together, like literally get it together, I would be with him. I've always said that, right? If he got his shit together when he was ready to commit, I would date him, but not until he's ready. I wouldn't date him in the place that he's in now. So March, this is what I always would say. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've said it many times. My platform knows. I've always said this. Like if it, because sometimes you can meet a person that just be bad time. You know, it's just not the time. We all grow at different times. We all evolve at different times in our life. So I always said that if it came a time where I'm single, he's single, and maybe later in our life we're both ready and we both have grown in that way, I would be with him. I always have said that. So
So T, this man said
hold
earlier.
on.
Okay.
March of last year, he came to me, he like, are you dating anybody? I said no. I said, why you trying to date me? He's like, I do. I want to date you again. I'm like, are you dating anybody? He like, no. So I'm like, okay, we could try it. May is when she messaged me and said that they were still dealing with each other. They had started back dealing for a year prior to him asking me. Mind you, the year prior I wasn't dating him. I wasn't fucking with him at all. We were friends, but I wasn't fucking with him. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you come to me and you ask me to date in March. In May, I get this message from her. And I'm like, why the fuck would you ask me to date and you knew you were still dealing with this girl? So,
You know all this. You
mm-hmm,
see it.
mm-hmm.
Even if he's a nice guy to you and a terrible partner, why you keep laying with him, T? If you know that there's a
Honestly,
soul tie there, you know that he romantically, when it comes to respect for you, he doesn't show it. Not only does he not show it, he this morning was on someone's panel saying, all y'all know what kind of man I am. I don't know
I,
why y'all
I
act
say the same thing.
surprised. Y'all shouldn't be new to this. Nothing that I do should surprise you. That means that there is a lack of respect that he has for all of y'all, especially when he was asked if he would leave y'all alone, he said, I should, but I'm not.
Right. And that's why
Would it be better for
I
them?
get that.
He's like, would it be better for them? Yes. But am I
Let me
going
break,
to?
let me break it
No.
down to you, Rose. I'm not naive to that. I don't. I don't pretend to be. Again, if you watch me, I say this all the time. He's a hoe, right? I'm not with Unruly. He a hoe. You know what I'm saying? He'd be coming in my page. I'd be like, there his ass go right there. You get what I'm saying? I don't bother the girl. I don't bother nobody. So with this situation, that has nothing to do with why she's reaching. I don't reach out to her. When a girl reached out to me and said to me that she was still dating him, I said to her, I'm done. You want to know what she did? She started trolling me on TikTok. I'm fucking fucked up in my. I'm like emotionally because I had left him for a whole year. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe he is ready. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, right? So when you message me and tell me I'm still fucking with him, right? And I say, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. She said, can I hear you tell him? Yeah. This is the part she's not going to tell y'all. She says, can I hear you tell him you're done? And I'm like, no, I'm going to have a talk with him. So I went over there and I acted the fuck up. I showed the fuck out. Like, you got me fucked up.
Recently.
You know what I'm saying? No, this was May of 2024. So mind you, this is around the shit with the Heartbreaker shit, the chef shit. All this shit was the same time. Right? All this shit happened at the same fucking time. Right? So I'm literally going through it like, fuck. Why I go back? Why I start back dating him again? I'm on TikTok. She trolling me in the TikTok. She commenting stuff that only people would know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling him like, nigga, get her. Because if you tell me you fucking with him and I tell you I'm done with him, why troll me? Like, why antagonize me? If I'm telling you I'm done, why come and antagonize me?
Can you show them the screenshots of her antagonizing you?
You got them.
You want me to put them up? I got
Yeah.
you. So can you explain to them like how she would go about antagonizing you on TikTok?
So I'll be on live. I won't even be talking about him. You know what I'm saying? And she'll type in, well, you want to be with Unruly? Unruly don't want you. You know, just, and I'm like, what y'all talking about? Why y'all always bringing up Unruly? I ain't even talking about Unruly. You know what I'm saying? No, this is before I hit her with the phone. This way before the phone situation happened.
Okay. Me trying to send it to myself is too much.
No, I'm not tripping about her contacting me. I respected her contacting me. So you see here, Lakeisha, police dragged your ass at Unruly House. Now, mind you, I ain't get dragged, but the police were called. Nobody knew about that shit happening, right? He don't want you. I wasn't even talking about him. No, I didn't hit her with no phone. I just read the comment. You see my hair is different? Her. Let's meet there. I read the comment, y'all. Damn, I didn't hit the girl with the phone. I read the comment and said, no, it ain't when I hit her with the phone. I'm on the floor, right? So go to the next message after that. Here. Like, that's her too. So, that's her too. So, right there, you see Booting. Look at the caption. It said, I've been stupid, played dumb, now it's your turn. It was just like a repeat thing, like a sound. So, right here, it said, you still going back. Now, go back to the me with the blonde hair. That's the same girl. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Ailey, I am.
So these are all the different times of her. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm showing receipts. She didn't show y'all. She showed y'all the receipts from when she was pregnant. Yes, I definitely did this. This is all after the pregnancy, after the baby, after the shit. This is all the shit that she's doing.
What is this, T?
That's the night she joined my panel.
So what happened when she joined your panel? What's that about? Tell me about that.
So Saturday, I'm on live. No, let me say this. I left that girl alone. On my soul. I stopped fucking with that girl a long time ago. right? I'm showing receipts. She can't show y'all where I trolled her. She can't show y'all where the shit that she showed was accurate except for that last message. I didn't message her last night. And I want to know the number that sent her that because I'm pulling up my fucking phone bill. And because I know I didn't message her last night. All of those were before I hit her. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's before we had an altercation. So there was a build up there as well. You get what I'm saying? Because I know you fucking with me. And you keep fucking with me. And you keep acting like you're not fucking with me.
They said it was an IG message.
No, that shit. Oh, no. That was IG. Pull up. Well, they need to show the page. Because I swear to God, I ain't messaged her from no fucking IG. Pull up my TikTok. I mean, my IG.
Is it true that you and him was hunching last month?
No, a month ago, yeah, we still was. We know I fuck with him still. I hit it from time. Yeah, that ain't got shit to do with y'all. Shit, he's single, I'm single. Like, what the fuck that got? You know what I'm saying? That ain't got shit to do with the shit she doing.
T.
I'm not embarrassed.
T. Okay? If you
Let me say this. My motherfucking people been knowing this. Ain't nobody said it was sad until today. You get what I'm saying? I been saying I'm finna go on a date. I literally was just watching fucking Gladiator with the nigga. We was talking about it. I'm not embarrassed of shit. I'm grown. I do what the fuck I want to do. But I'm not bothering nobody in the process of that. I'm not complaining either.
Okay. Do you think that y'all being intimate is like clouding your judgment?
Hold on. Somebody asked, was it me and him? I said no. Friday, I was not with him. When she said my car was at his house, I was not at his house. Okay? That is not true. Friday, I was not with him at all. I left him alone. I messaged him and told him I was not fucking with him no more.
There was a situation where I believe you being a teacher to someone's child was involved.
Oh,
What was that?
I'm waiting on the girl to get off work. That was actually his teacher. She get off work at 6:30. I was never his son teacher.
Why did she?
I was never his son teacher. I worked at the daycare. I was married, right? So I worked at the daycare. It was a Christian daycare, right? So I don't even remember them. You know what I'm saying? Her son was in preschool. I was in kindergarten class. I was never his teacher. I never worked with her son. So I didn't know him. I didn't know him until 2018. I worked there in 2008, 2009. I didn't meet him until 2018. So let me break this down. I've always said I started as a preschool teacher. I didn't start being a lead kindergarten teacher until 2022. We are talking about 2008 versus 2022. I don't understand how people get that part confused. I literally was on my platform when I got offered the teaching position.
So what made her bring that up? The daycare situation. What?
She really believes I was her child's teacher, or she thinks I like. She thinks because he was there, I was looking. She never feels like I messed with him. She feels like I must have wanted him. If you heard what she said, she didn't say I messed with him. She feels like because her son went to the daycare, I must have been wanting him the whole time. What did
Y'all,
she say? What is it that she said?
she's. I thought she said that you and you were the teacher to her child or something like that.
Right. I wasn't his teacher. But she also said, if anybody got the clip, play it. She literally said at the end, she was like, are you reaching out to me and you was my kid teacher? You probably was wanting to fuck with him anyway.
They said no. She clarified it.
I never messed with him. And I never was her son teacher.
They said no. The ex-wife said it. Okay.
The ex-wife did say it. That's what I'm saying.
All right. So with everything going on, with the panels that you host, the content that you do on TikTok, do you think that you currently actively going through this situation is hypocritical?
No, I'd say this.
You
I
think
tell
that you
people I'm
tell women?
actively. It can't be hypocritical if I'm telling you I'm in it. I don't tell women they stupid. I don't tell women they should leave a nigga. I've never told a woman you should leave a man. I always say I'm not here to tell no woman to leave a man because a woman have to leave a man when a woman ready. That's always been my stance. Pull up something that I've said that is hypocritical to what I'm doing. I wait. Go ahead.
Now, there have been live hosts who have said that you have, in fact, called women dumb for dealing with certain individuals.
Never.
You have told women to choose better. That I have heard. Choose better. I've heard you express that women should choose better or shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Or shut the fuck up. Am I complaining? Am I complaining? I have said if you know who a nigga is, either you gonna deal with the nigga for who he is, or find somebody else. If you know who you dealing with, deal with that person accordingly or move around. I've always said that. Thank you. Let them cheat. If you gonna deal with them, deal with them. Tell me where I said anything different.
Do you think that the reason why you deal with this man has to do with a lack of self esteem?
No, it has a lot to do with love. Being in love with somebody that you're trying to figure out how to get out of. We all been in love. It ain't got nothing to do with no self-esteem. It has everything to do with being attached to somebody and trying to figure out how to fuck the. It's just a toxic bond. Love is love.
So you think love is enough, T?
Hell no.
Because I mean, you could love somebody, and so what? What? I guess my question is, what's causing you to be so?
You think he the only person I talk to?
I think I
No, I'm
don't know.
asking you a question.
I
Do you
don't.
think
I
he the
don't
only
know.
person I talk to?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
So if I'm dating other people, I'm not holding back. I date other people. I go on dates. I date other people. If I find somebody that I like, I cut him. I don't even fuck with him. I don't even talk to him.
But you keep being intimate with this man who's
Not if
behaving.
I'm not if I could listen. As a grown ass woman, I could fuck who I want to fuck. My body, my choice. Correct.
Correct.
I'm not complaining about shit he doing. Have you heard me complain about anything he doing?
No,
Do you hear me saying he anything he doing right now is a problem with me?
not the words verbatim. However,
Okay. In the past.
implicitly, yes,
In the past, right?
yes.
Right. I'm not tripping on nothing right now.
So why deal with a man who actively says that he ain't gonna never want to settle down with none one of y'all?
What are you talking about? I'm not his girlfriend. I'm not trying to be his girlfriend.
So you don't ever
I deal
want.
I deal with who I want to when I want to.
Well, you said earlier that if he was to get his act together, you'd be with him.
I
Like,
said I used to always say that.
so that's not still the case.
I left him alone a month ago, and I literally been doing me, like moving on without nobody. Like I'm literally until she sent me this email. So let me move. When I do move, let me move.
So what was the? Because you spoke of emails, there was a message where she said that you were sending her messages and you were harassing her.
A month ago is long enough for me. It's one
What
day at a motherfucking time.
what was the emails that you and her were having, or what happened with those emails?
I was
Why
on
was she
live.
emailing you?
Hold on, let me ask a question. If you let somebody go, it's one day, 2 days, 3 days. It's a step, right?
Yeah.
Right. So 30 days, that's a bigger step, right?
Hmm.
So let me ask the lady something. Doing heartbreak. When you ever had your heart broke before? and you have to detach from somebody that you care about.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it one day at a time? Does it hurt every day until it don't hurt no more? Or you be cool and then you see a memory of something and then it start hurting? Y'all ain't never felt that kind of pain?
Yes.
4 weeks is a long time. That shit is hard. When you used to going back to somebody, used to dealing with somebody, it's a long time. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit is tough. So for people to be like only a month, don't invalidate me trying to move on with my life. Don't invalidate me trying to break free from the toxic pattern. And it becomes invalidated when I am doing it and a motherfucker send me an email like, come get your man. It's invalidating when I ain't talked to this nigga in 3 weeks through 4 weeks and I get an email of a picture of her and him out like, yo, man, keep trying me. You get what I'm saying? So let me move on. I'm not bothering you. I'm not bothered. So if I'm moving on from something, let me do it. Don't start messaging me. Don't randomly out the blue pick a day where you gonna start trolling my account. Don't do that.
So, you sent me the screenshots of the conversation that you and her had. You said something about emails, like y'all had communication.
So
I'll show them the
somebody
emails.
said, did I just say I saw him last week? No. Kari knows she came to the live. Like, no, I wasn't with him last week. I never said I was with him last week. She said I was with him last week. So that's the email from May 2024. This is Evelyn. I'm reaching out to you because we need to chat if you don't mind. Been messing with him for a year now, and he says you're just his friend, but as a woman, I have my suspicions. I have met his family. That's dad, mom, sister, kids, and Erica. We celebrated his birthday recently in Chicago, and that was Saturday, 2 days ago, and before his real birthday. Now, mind you, the kid by now is 3, okay? He's 3 years old now, okay? I can send proof of all of this. I just don't want anything messy. Been at his house several times, spent holidays together. I just want to know if you still messing with each other. So, I'm toxic, but she ain't wrong. You get what I'm saying? I met his mother. His mother bought me earrings and everything. I was at the house with the mom. The mom met me as well.
This was April, y'all. This was
So now go to this one. That's
other one.
Saturday.
Is it out of order or
Yeah, go back the other way.
so? This was what you sent, and then
Y'all said she met the mom. She's supposed to. She's a mother of his child. She's supposed to meet everybody. She has a kid with him. She already told her name. Um, so go down. Go down a little bit. Go no, bring the phone down. Okay? So this is April 8th while I'm on live. You get what I'm saying? I'm just on live, not doing nothing. I'm minding my business. 8:33 p.m. She sends me this message. Tell your man to stop trying with a video of him and her out at a party.
can you show us the video?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, while she pulls up the video, can y'all please make sure that y'all tap the screen, share the live, grab you a heart me.
And let me make this clear. All the videos the screenshots that you saw was before our